So is this thing like here now and we have to deal with it?
It's just in the, like, I don't think it's like we're about to fight it, because it is like, it's just something that is persistent in our camp now until we decide to have a ritual against it. And the ritual will be pretty rough, but it's a thing we do that we will probably do in a little bit to end this session, I think, would be a good.
So what do we do with these moves then?
You can choose to do it.
It's just
whatever.
like the
It's
other,
yours,
yeah, it's just like the other playbook, the wood playbook that you had. It's the same. You just make our lives a lot worse now.
Yeah.
Just like a whole ding-dang lot worse.
Fun.
Wait, what aesthetic elements did you choose? Did we ever get there? Sorry,
Yeah, it's a pack of coyotes missing eyes.
Okay.
And a family of rabbits with hollow guts.
Terrible. All right, cool.
Yep. I just want to, like we were saying, I think it's the coyotes were eating the rabbits at the same time the rabbits were fighting back and taking out the eyes.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
All right,
Cool.
I've done a good chunk of things.
You
with
did
that.
you did some things. Yeah, I think
Terrible
Aiden. Did you guys see this happen?
No.
Okay.
I want to say it's ominously like we noticed the body's missing. If you the deer body's missing, and then I saw something weird in the woods while I was singing, but I didn't draw much attention to it.
I think Aiden by now has got out of the water and is just like resting after swimming for like hours looking for Jada.
Do we want to say time has passed and it goes to at least like dusk or something like
I think
that?
so, yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
I feel like more the daytime and when the campers are the most active, like it's almost like things tend to stay away during that time. But then the darker it gets, the more dangerous it gets.
But we should have other scenes too, like where we create characters and like, interact and stuff. So it's not always, doesn't have to always be darkness all the time. We should create other characters.
Yeah, that's true.
I will create a staff-minded character using the lake. The lake. I'm going to create the cook.
What's the cook's name?
The cook. The cook's name is Chief, but everyone just calls them Chef. Because someone did it accidentally, and they were just like, yeah, all right. But I imagine that they're like a super, like very tall, like 6.5 feet. Just like they definitely look like they're more of like a fearsome giant than a gentle cook, and they're very, very soft, as like soft of self and hard of body. But I feel like maybe it's like over dinner or like a early-ish dinner time, making some mac and cheese in a big old pot. And Chief's got just like a big old toothy grin, serving up some slop. Doesn't seem to. I think this is probably. I want to say this is Chief's first year. So doesn't know, like, he has heard rumors about this place maybe, but like, nah, rumors are rumors.
All the kids love them because they make the best food, like mac and cheese and chicken tenders.
Mac and cheese and chicken tender.
Chicken tenders.
Candies.
Who wants to go next? I can't think of anything to do at the moment.
Yeah.
I guess to add flavor to that cooking scene, I am doing a move, just a subtle one. That's it's a regular move. Step out of the light and pass the melody to someone else. Is essentially I play like whenever the chef cooks, I play the background acoustic music, but the chef sings while he cooks.
Yes, absolutely.
And anytime I'm singing, it feels like everything's the same.
I will say after, at some point after you are playing this song, Paul Meadows, I think you're still checking on Donna, correct?
I occasionally walk over there to see if she needs any. Well, I grab somebody's walkie-talkie to check in with her. Have I heard in a while though?
Yeah. Did you ever? I think she's sleeping a lot. She's probably taking like her sleep schedule is fucked as she's healing. Do you stop in to see her at any time?
I think if I haven't, like, if I try to check in and I don't hear anything, I try to actually physically check in. So yeah, I want to say after dinner I check in.
Okay, yeah, it's
It's
still
been maybe
late
an
out. It's
hour
like-
or two since the last time I checked in.
Yeah, it's like 5 p.m. She hasn't responded. And no one really, other than us, it's not like super common knowledge that she's there, right?
Yeah, as far as the campers know, she took Jada to go back to her parents.
Yeah, and there is administration, but we're not telling them. We haven't introduced them, and I don't think they know anything. So far, no one really knows. But you come back at 5 p.m. and she is alive. She is, still breathing, asleep, in whatever new clothes we've given her. But she has a wreath of flowers on her head.
Oh, that's pretty. Red do that? Doesn't really think much of it. You look like a goddamn queen down there. How you feeling?
She's asleep.
Oh yeah. Well,
Wow.
Should have seen that one coming. Well, all right. I'll leave you to it. Sometimes Paul Meadows says no one to shut up. I kind of want to invoke the Lindworm.
Do it. Fucking
Do it.
I'm gonna invoke the Lindworm. I've only done it once before.
Yeah, get wild.
I got a 10 of.
The spades are the bad
Spades.
ones. So decide if you want to do it or not.
What page is it? 74?
7.
27.
What is it? A 10?
Oh.
It's pretty rough, my dude.
Yep, that's a rough one.
I mean, we are getting kind of close to the end.
Well, it's up to, like I said, we have a couple options here. We could end it just in a, like it said, in a weird scene where it's all kind of, the bone, we can play this again, the bones are around, our characters are not
Here,
spots.
I'll pull another one and see what the difference between the two is. It's what is it, 8 of
It's
hearts?
hearts.
The exact,
So it's
the
either
very opposite.
very good or very bad. 8 of hearts?
Yeah, that one's nice.
Oh.
Y'all, I'm looking at this roadkill parade ritual.
It's pretty kick-ass.
It's really badass.
Also bad,
if
though.
you do it in if you were to do this with actual if we played this around an actual table with actual things.
Yeah, it would be very cool.
Yo.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go with the 8 of hearts, which is sudden excitement, blinding light, and an enormous sound. I want to say something goes off in the Field of Dreams. And at first I'm terrified of it because it's this weird light in the middle of the day that seemingly even is brighter than the sun for a moment, that I could see it all the way from the old cabins and stuff. And then I hear this loud boom, and then everybody in the camp seems to cheer. And then I realize that somebody, one of the counselors, is setting off fireworks. And it's really exciting for everybody at camp to be doing that.
The
Illegal
wildlife
kind of fireworks that are super loud.
wildlife loves it when there's loud banging
You
noises.
said, it was noises, and it was also some
Light?
bright flashes, right?
Bright
Fantastic.
lights and excitement. An enormous sound. And that's all fireworks to me. It's at first I'm what the hell is that? And then I see it, it's well, goddamn.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
I kind of look back over to Donna, look back over to the fireworks, and start to kind of gallop a little bit towards it. And then I sing that tune. Doesn't mean the same thing anymore. I think about Donna getting hurt. I think about Jada disappearing, and I just kind of stop singing it.
Just
Keep
stop.
walking. That
You
song
just gotta
is dead
stop.
to me now. Oh boy, that song is dead to me now. You can't even...
I'm gonna give up the lake. It feels too dark and too exhausting to bear, so I'm just gonna give it back to itself. It's a bad time. The lake is a bad time.
Oh, I invoked the Lindworm that last section, so I get a token for it.
You do.
Did you put the card back, the spades back, because you didn't use it, right? I would put that back in the deck.
I put all my cards back, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should I not have been doing it?
No, because we can't draw the same card twice, but that's fine.
Oops. Well, we kind of...
I think we'll remember. Yeah.
We'll remember, yeah.
They're pretty distinct.
Yeah.
I want to invoke the Lindworm because we can. Because
Yeah,
I can. Because we can.
The one I got, I don't think I
it's more.
read it out loud, but the bad one I got was that I just die.
No, it's not you die. A player character dies. You don't have to kill
Oh,
yourself.
it doesn't have to be me. I was gonna make it me.
I would have taken it.
I would have been sad.
I do like palmettos.
Ooh. Oh no, okay. So I got the 6 of spades, which
Oh,
is,
it's a
don't you
spade.
remember what I did to you? Answer, what does my character most regret in life? I don't know how narratively this would fit into what we've already got established. I think what it might be is, with all of like the frivolity seeming to happen with like the good food and the fireworks and all those sorts of things, I think Axton's still stuck on, you know, he didn't see the body of Jaden, but, you know, Paul was super beat up about it. Red seemed super beat up about it. And I think he recalls a time not too terribly long ago, maybe like a couple of years or so, where I'd maybe with like the flayed animal incident of like summer whenever. And he was trying to defend a bunch of like campers and staff from just like an onslaught of like terrible creatures, and managed to do quite well for a bit of time. But with their trusty bat, they were swinging a little bit too wildly, and they hit one of the other counselors very, very hard, and put them into a coma, and they eventually like succumbed to their injury. No blame was really put on Axton because like the camp was under attack by terrible, terrible creatures, so it was all chalked up to like a terrible accident. But Axton knows he killed a person in trying to be super macho man, save the world. He did kill the person.
Oh my god.
It's a bad time.
I'm gonna pick up the camper book because the air is warm and it feels right.
Yeah.
So, and
The
what I'm
warm,
gonna do
gushy air.
is I'm gonna use 2 moves basically in succession, which is I'm just gonna create 2 campers.
Okay.
Get those campers.
And what Paul Meadows is walking towards where the fireworks are going off, thinking maybe it was one of the counselors setting them off, and it turns out 2 campers had snuck into where the friggin' fireworks are kept, and they're setting them off in the middle of the field. Because it's funny, because Paul Meadows is like, oh, it's a little early to be setting off fireworks, and then he goes, yeah, wait, it's way too early to be setting off
It's like 5:30 p.m.
Fucking the middle of the day. Well, it's like 5, I think, is what we said. Usually we wait until it gets a little bit darker. But one of them is masculine faux wolf. named,
Hell yeah.
Named Craig.
Hell yeah.
Rat.
Craig Wolf. I'm just gonna actually just give him that. And then the other one is a closed pill bug named Tommy.
T-bug.
Tommy T. No, it's Tommy.
They don't have to have last names.
I guess they don't have
necessarily,
that. It's just Tommy, but Craig Wolf totally gets both
Yeah.
names. And it turns out Craig is the mastermind of this situation. He's the one, and then Tommy's just an accomplice that gets dragged along sheepishly and stuff. It's like, what the hell are you 2 boys doing? Those are for tonight. It's like, you guys got to get all that back to the camp. You see Craig just goes, see you later, suckers, and he kind of throws a little smoke bomb down and runs away, and you can see him just run after the smoke doesn't cover him. And Tommy's just like, I can't. It's like, Tommy, it's fine, I get it. You were just following Craig because Craig's cool as hell, but but help me get this stuff back to the camp, will you? And then I'll tell you what, for helping me out do that, I'll let you set one off yourself later tonight. How's that sound? And he's like, it sounds really cool. And yeah, they help me kind of get the stuff back to camp.
So I'm going. Currently, the woods seem incomprehensible, so I'm going to drop the woods But I'm going to pick up the magic.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Why are you picking up the magic?
What?
Why are you picking up the magic?
Because I'm going to do something that ties the story together a little more.
Oh, nice. Cool.
It's listed when the story needs a little tying together.
Let's go.
But it's gonna go in a weird way.
Let's
Okay.
go.
I'm going to create a villain minor character.
Oh my.
We're gonna go with a classic trope.
I
Snidely
love
Whiplash.
a class.
A long time ago, a few miles away, there was an old insane asylum where they would treat inmates and such with lobotomies. But it shut down, and a couple of them went missing. But all were found but one, Aaron Burroughs. They assumed he's been dead due to the long time it's been. However, people mutter that they see his figure in the night running through the campground.
Things in the
Yikes,
woods
yikes,
I
yikes, yikes,
don't
yikes, yikes,
understand.
Yikes.
I kind of almost want that to be the name of this episode on YouTube.
Yeah,
There are things in the woods I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's fair. That's accurate.
Please.
I am going to take a regular move, I think. I am going...
Regular move.
Aiden is going to, as it is like... It's been a couple hours, and I think he's rested after his long swim excursion trying to find Jada. I think he's going to go find Red. So probably we'll look to the woods first.
I am going to drop the camper playbook, by the way.
Okay.
Because after, Craig stole those things, I cannot understand why the kids are like this right now. What would compel them to do this?
Craig, you're cool as hell, but I don't understand you. But yeah, Aiden's gonna go looking for Red in the woods.
Yeah, Red's probably just hanging out on the edge, just kind of torn between being in the woods and then keeping an eye on the campground.
Aiden will walk up and say, I'm sorry, I swam for hours and I just couldn't find her. Couldn't find Jada. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did good. I mean, it was exhausting, and there's no way to explain what happened.
No, I mean, you guys said you found her in that weird state, and then she was just gone. I mean, I haven't never seen the lake like that before, and I've been working here several summers now.
Yeah, and she was just here, and then she was gone. Both just last night, and then right in front of our eyes. It seems something's happening.
Do you ever do anything for people you lost, like make a grave or anything?
Well, we usually we can always we got the classic way we can make a little pile for her, symbolical pile there, and grab a couple twigs here and plant the cross right in the center, carve her initials in it. Do we know her initials?
I think he was, one of them was Jay. Maybe we just write Jada.
Yeah, we'll do that. Carve it up and give her a nice little monument here. Maybe something a little further away so that the campers don't just see it.
Hey, maybe by somewhere near the lake, one of the trees by the lake.
Yeah. Maybe who knows? Maybe it'll pop up someday, and you'll have to fish it out like that deer.
His like face drops as you say that. Looks horrified. Let's just make the grave. I think that would be nice. Like it's much more sullen, but like goes to walk off towards the where she disappeared to make the grave site. That was me trying to shoulder a burden or help shoulder a burden.
He tried real hard.
Took way more of the burden than I wanted. I asked for it's enough slices of burden.
The rope keeper is specifically cold.
Yeah, it's fair.
Here, I'll be right back.
Yeah. But yeah, Aiden goes to go. Like, doesn't know if you'll follow it up, but goes to make the grave himself.
So, Ren will follow.
Okay.
Just to, show respect and, it's cold, but he's not cruel.
Yeah. So. And I think Aiden probably knows how to carve things, but probably is not very apt at it. So helps, set up the thing, but kind of waits for Red to take out a knife and start carving the initials or name in there.
Red's definitely the person who's got the nice pocket knife.
Yeah.
A big knife.
Yeah.
So, do that, and we'll we'll say a few words, just only knew her for a short moment, but she was sweet and didn't deserve whatever cruelty happened to her, and we can only hope that there was no suffering.
She's somewhere better now, maybe.
Well, I mean, she doesn't
I meant her. Goddamn, I meant her soul or something. Red.
I'm gonna take a regular move, take an action and leave myself vulnerable. Action doesn't know what to do with all of this. That's just been a lot of things, and he doesn't know how to process them. So he's gonna go on a run. He's gonna go on a jog. He's not gonna go super far, but he's just gonna run, do some laps around the camp. Maybe dip in the woods just a tiny bit, but definitely avoiding the blood tree situation.
That's fair.
And is just trying to is processing by ignoring everything except for the rhythm of his breath and his pace and all of that, and is just kind of focusing all of his energy on that and completely ignoring literally everything else, which I'm sure is fine to do by yourself alone, jogging in the woods. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Are you running through the woods to escape a problem?
Yes.
But by definition, probably.
You get it?
Literally. Excellent.
Oh,
Not
wait. How does yours read, Jason?
Lure. Every time somebody runs to the woods to escape a problem, they get a token.
Oh, to escape around. Okay.
I'm escaping the whole problem, which is me.
There you go. You've been lured
You've been lured.
by the greatness of the woods.
Yeah, it's real good at night. It's real good. It's very spooky. Good.
Let's see.
Are we considering it nighttime?
It's probably 7,
think so,
8
yeah.
p.m. It's night's fall. It's probably not late, but
I'll give some visuals for the magic.
Okay, cool.
Darker. And that would be proof of just the magic around us is the fireflies. The magic around us, and the moon. Just how beautiful it can be
Love
at
it.
night in an open sky in the campground. It's magic.
Yeah, imagine jogging through when he gets into the woods and kind of jogs through the exterior of it, the fireflies are just they're not there, and then you blink and then they're just mimicking the fireworks that were happening earlier in the night.
I'm gonna say your Axton is running this path of the woods, just kind of running once again to escape a problem, and it is at night. And I think as you're running, even though there are fireflies around, you are taking trails you don't know, and you are feeling yourself become slightly lost deeper and deeper inside these woods. And as you are running, you think you see dozens of sharp eyes looking at you from the forest, but just glints of them now and again.
Oh, I think that would give him pause, and he would slow to a stop. Kind of notice he doesn't know where he is, and would turn around and go back the way, because he doesn't know much, but he does know if you get lost, if you turn around and head back the way you came, odds are good you'll find some place that you recognize. So he's gonna do that, and I think like after a little bit, it's dark and it's in the woods, nothing looks familiar. He's gonna try the radio. Gonna be like, "Hey, can anybody hear me?" And I'm sure it's just static for everyone. Like maybe you hear that the radio is like, it's like something, somebody turned it on and they just like hear.
Okay, so you turn it on and turned around.
Yeah, I turned around to like jog back the way that I came.
Okay.
To try to be like, I'm definitely lost. I need to go back.
As you turn around, you see something at your feet. You just passed this. You see like you're standing here. As you turn, there is looks like a semicircle around your feet of tiny teeth. And as you continue to turn around, it is encircling you. There is a tiny, just circle of teeth, look like children's teeth, all around you.
I hate it. Oh no. He's gonna not know what to do about this, and he's just gonna step over it and just continue and back. It's a bit quicker than he thought about doing before. Yikes. Yikes, I don't like that. Oh no. Not the teeth.
Bunch of children's teeth.
Just a bunch of teeth growing out of the ground, it's fine.
It doesn't look like they were growing, it looks like they were placed.
Right, it's just sprouting out of the ground like daisies. Like whole daisies. I want to invoke the Lindworm.
Yes. Yes.
When in doubt, get more Lindworm out.
Yep.
Ooh, a diamond. A 6 of diamond. The uncanny alien sensations floating bones. Okay.
Well,
okay.
Wait, one more time?
The uncanny alien sensations floating bones.
Teeth are bones.
So I think as Aiden and Red, you're just kind of by this like gravesite area. Maybe you're starting to walk back. You see some strange movement in the trees. And at first it looks like maybe it was like an owl or a bat or something that flew by. And then you see that it's just kind of like gyrating in a strange way. You almost hear like this this sound, like almost like a very dull thud, like if you had something heavy and you were hitting like a big pile of like blankets or something like that really, really hard, but you kind of hear like this persistent thudding sound. And like this strange amorphous shape that just like is slightly visible in between the trees. Just kind of like oddly moving.
I'm gonna use a strong move.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to Aiden and I'm going to hand him my pocket knife, and I'm going to teach someone how to defend themselves.
Duper duper. That's what Aiden wants to do right now.
I'm like, we don't know what that is. It could be nothing. But just in case, you want to be the one that lives.
I do want to be the one that lives. Yeah, it's been yeah. Like, kind of grip it with both hands, nervously.
I think the shape is just kind of like moving in one spot, and then it very like too quickly shifts like sideways parallel, and then towards the edge of the forest. And I think as it's about to exit the forest, it kind of shifts and morphs into Axton, who just runs out of the woods.
Don't stab.
I don't think he. Yeah, I think he's kind of frozen. He just kind of goes, holding the knife.
The Axton's just kind of like panting, and looks up and just kind of like points back behind them and says, "There's teeth. Do you have a knife?"
Like he's like white knuckling it. Did you pass? There was like a shape that passed you. Did you see that? Did you see something pass you a second ago?
No. There was a lot of teeth in the woods, though.
Teeth don't look like a bear.
Teeth don't look.
There was
like
a bear?
You look like a bear running, charging out of here.
I mean, thank you, but...
Excellent. Aiden claps.
Back.
You did it.
What did Paul Meadows miss?
Red complimented me and called me a bear.
Right. Well, that's all right.
No, you missed a teeth circle, and you missed floating weird alien bones that were not real. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, Axon went running in the woods, got a little lost, and when Axon turned around, there was a circle of children's teeth around him. There was a weird floating shape that Red was going to help me defend myself against by giving me a pocket knife, and then it floated into the woods as Axon ran out.
What?
Yeah, and then Red called me a bear, and I was like, oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Things got okay. Everything's looking up.
Everything's just totally fine.
Oh. Okay.
How do we want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
How are we going to get to the end of this?
Here's a couple options. We could end with like, this is, the end of the night. We kind of narrate what our characters do this night and, the positions we leave ourselves in, maybe some oddness around camp. We could try to perform the ritual, but we haven't really encountered the bones very much, so it doesn't feel like we should
Yeah, we're only just now starting to touch bones.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of bones lately, but it's not like, I know Jason has the bones official playbook, with more fucking weirdness with that, the Lindworm bones.
The more bad
mind
bones.
coming back to this sometime.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have to end it. Maybe just have how this night ends and has it be this ending, and then come back later and add people.
Yeah, maybe we can add make an epilogue adjacent sort of thing that we can all contribute to.
Yeah.
Not an epilogue, but a to be continued.
This ending. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So how do our characters all end this night, I guess?
Here's how I'll end. I'm just gonna make it creepy. It doesn't have to be a move or anything, does it? Or we just
it could be a move if you want.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be.
Could be cool, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's
how
our
to
story.
make
We can
this
just
a move,
make it.
but here's my
Don't.
cool idea.
Go.
So we have
invoke the Lindworm.
No. So I'm after dinner decently. Paul Meadows didn't notice anything weird, I guess. Got the kids all down and everything like that. No more issues.
Down
Things
to the bottom
are
of the lake.
Yeah,
where all kids go.
Where all the kids. He decides he's gonna go back to Donna and stay with Donna for the night to make sure nothing bad happens during the night. So he's kind of skipping to get back to her because he's excited to see her and stuff like that. See if she's improved because she looked better when he got back last time. He opens the door and he gets in there and he doesn't know how to react. He just kind of drops his guitar because what he sees is instead of Donna actually being there, it's just like a bunch of exposed roots and sticks wearing a flower crown, just standing in the corner of the room. And that's how we leave Paul Meadows. Paul Meadows just drops his guitar, and there's just a scary stick figure.
I'm gonna cross Donna off of my
crown.
List of characters.
But now that flower crown is actually growing out of
probably
the head instead of being put on the head.
Yeah, it's not flesh Donna anymore. It's literally sticks and trees and it's but not a person. So whatever it is, it's not Donna.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely awful.
Red will probably just head back. Not much to his night. Just say goodnight to Aiden and Axton and head back to his bunk. But you can't help, all three of us can't help the feeling of discontent and discomfort from what we saw, because the bones is out there.
The bones is out.
Them bones is out there.
Them bones, them bones, them dry bones.
Because one of his moves is sow discontent and discomfort. So,
It's your move?
no, that's the bones move.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, that's fair.
we're gonna leave there very, very unnerved.
Got one, Axton?
Yes. I lied. Axon doesn't have 4 tokens. Axon's gonna have 3 tokens because I am gonna use strong move. And as like they're parting ways with Red, Axton's gonna say, Aiden, I don't know about you, but I'm like really scared right now. Like really scared. And I don't want this to feel forward, but it might be. I don't want to be alone tonight. Can I stay with you?
Let me,
I'm revealing my true feelings of being very scared and not wanting to be alone.
And Aiden's trying to figure out ways to completely shut down your.
And Aiden invokes the Linworm.
Listen, my gender is lonely king. It's me. I just want to be not alone. I'm so lonely, but I don't know how to say it. I want you to want me. I need you to want me and need me.
Aiden says, I can put up I have a little sleeping bag that I can sleep in, but you can stay in my room if you want. I'll be there in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna grab something for grab a soda from the administration, and I'll be back.
Okay.
And then kind of it gives you a comforting hug and walks you to.
You can't see it, but Action blushes so hard.
And I think walks for a little bit and then kind of holds your hand as you get close to the cabin and then guides you in to his cabin, and then goes off to the administration cabin. And he goes to it is I think fairly it's 10 now I think after all this stuff. And he uses the one landline that is in this place, in the administration cabin, and receives calls and hits a voicemail and says, "Hey, Kate, I guess I missed you because of time zones and stuff. Things are weird this year. I wish you could have come back and been here with us. I think things would have been better with you, or easier, or something. I hope you're having a good summer." And then he hangs up.
Who is this? Who is this?
I'm really glad you want somebody else here after all of this terrible things.
After all of this.
For my comfort, not for
better.
safety.
Not for their safety.
You know what would have
or
made the teeth
anything.
circle better? Kate were here.
Kate would have loved that bone teeth circle.
I think to close out on Axton, as Axton is getting settled, I think maybe they don't bunk too terribly far away in different cabins. So I think they hop over to their place and grab some of their stuff. And I think they hear something that almost sounds like the breaking of twigs and branches, but he kind of listens a little bit more, and it's actually the sounds of breaking bones coming from somewhere off in the distance, and he just breaks out in a cold sweat because that's his childhood fear, is all of his bones breaking, all of them. And just sprints back to your cabin and closes and locks the door from the inside, so when you get back, it's absolutely locked.
To think that one day your childhood fear would be the bones hunt you.
It's very ironic that.
I think then Aiden will like knock on, like, it'll like come back. It doesn't take him too long. Like knocks on the door and like tries to open it first and then like realize it's locked for some reason and knocks awkwardly.
Do we do a big flash cut to black and it says there are things in the woods I don't understand.
Actually, I have a good like, because I have a playbook in play that I'm using.
Oh, sure.
I think the last thing is, as we see all these scenes unfold in little like in places in the woods, in the Kissing Grove, maybe like in the corner of like outside of one of the cabins, we see just dozens of eyes watching us.
I hate it. I think that's bad.
I don't understand.
That's it for our first session. Well, this one shot, but our first session we will probably look more Sleepaway and maybe we'll add people and stuff. But everyone, got your name, where we can find you, and your favorite moment.
I'll go last because I'm gonna do all the MythosCon stuff, so somebody else can outro first.
Terrible.
Not first.
I'll
Not first.
Go first. Hello. I am Maria. You can find me on the internet at Happy Capster. I'm doing a lot these days. Most notably, I'm on my own Twitch channel Saturdays through Thursdays, except for Wednesdays, where I do a variety of things, such as play video games, do art, and more recently, started my own talk show. So all of those things, you can find more information on my social medias. You can also find me on Mythos Mystery Society. You can find me here tomorrow running Mothership, playing it with these three fellows and more people. And you can also find me on Dice Priority on Tuesday nights, where we play Monster of the Week, and we're almost done with it, and it's very good, and I'm very sad that it's ending, but it needs to end because it's a good story. That every good story needs to come to an end. I'm also doing other stuff starting very soon. I'm guesting on some channels with games. Keep an eye on my socials, because that's where I talk about them all the time, forever. That's me. My favorite moment, the sharp eyes and the teeth circle was very, very good.
So sad I missed it, but I'm going to be editing this video soon. So
You'll be able to hear it. It's very good and bad at the same time. It's all bad.
But that's me. I'm gonna give it to Jason.
Thanks. Jason, you can find me as Cuddler on most social medias. You can find me mostly here and also tomorrow for day 3 of MythosCon. 3. And my favorite moment, probably the fact that our lovely Donna turned into some weird forest object.
That was so scary.
Yeah, just imagine seeing. It's funny because I was going to pick that too, but just imagine seeing that in a movie. Just like the door pan over and it's completely silent, and you just see that thing in the corner.
Have y'all seen Midsummer?
Yeah.
The Crown made me think of Midsummer.
Somebody ding dang Midsummer.
Someone dig dang Midsummer, ya.
Ty, do it. Go Ty.
The funny thing is, there is a reason for that. That was like Mom Ty, you can find me. I'll talk about that. Ty, you can find me here, and you can find me at Dice Prairie, those places. My favorite moment from tonight. This is I love this system. I think I like systems like this. And if you like this system, this is an independent game. It is Possum Creek Games. This one is designed by Jay Dragon. There's also a Kickstarter going on right now that Jay Dragon, the creator, produced, called Arent, which is a very similar kind of GMless style where you take playbooks, but it's all about different kind of spirits inhabiting a house. I kickstarted it, and it looks really awesome.
Aww.
So it's
support independent artists.
Yeah.
Go do
It's
it.
on Kickstarter right now. It's very well priced and seems awesome. My favorite moment from this night, there were a lot. I like the way, like, it was a little confusing to read, but it now makes sense in play how the different, like, oh, I'm gonna pick up the woods, I'm gonna drop the woods, okay, I'll pick up the campers now, and like, oh, Jason drew a card, so now Jason has the bones as the Lindworm, and I had the strangeness, which turned into something else, because that's how the strangeness works, which is interesting. You have to wait till things happen, and then you get to change into a certain playbook.
That's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I am playing the Strangers, I think still. I might put it down, but I do have another playbook I'm using right now.
It's got eyes.
Yeah, that's why,
It's got eyes.
you know, I came up with a secret, and I was like, oh, but this goes nowhere. And then I was like, wait, the magic allows me to make a new character that's a villain.
Yeah.
Now that secret actually has a purpose.
Now we have more problems at camp.
Yeah, we got a lot. I will say we went very, like, we still have some good, like, oh, these are emotional scenes, but there's fucking strangeness for, like, a day.
It's a bad time.
Nice
It took a little
and then
bit.
Donna got thrown into a tree.
Yeah.
Then she turned into a tree.
Yeah. And then like, I tried to have a wholesome scene with Jason, but Jason's just so... Red's such a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Red is not meant to be around too many people.
No.
Alrighty, and with that, I'm Dave. I was not the GM tonight. I was autopiloting from last night. I was Paul Meadows today. You can find us at Mystery Mythos on Twitter. You can find us at the Mythos Mystery Society on basically any other social media platform, including podcasts and YouTube and TikTok. And as far as my favorite moment goes, I have more to advertisements after that, but I figured I'd end on that. But my favorite moment, God, I don't know. There's a lot of
We
really
all
cool...
loved Donna dying as a tree. Like that's
really
like
did
a
like
default.
Donna dying as a tree. Yeah, I did like also just the whole Donna and Palmetto's kind of setup and stuff, because it was just kind of cute in my head. Like, just they're just good friends, and then now she's a tree.
Now she's a tree.
Maybe she'll be a nice tree lady.
Now she's a bunch of
Like,
sticks.
maybe we should be poison ivy, but sticks.
And with that,
Okay.
MythosCon 2021 continues tomorrow with Mothership run by Maria over here.
Me.
With the haunting of Ypsilon. Is it 14?
14. Yeah.
14. Don't worry, you don't have to see the hauntings of Ypsilon 1 through 13 in order to understand what's
You
going
certainly
on.
don't.
Then the day after that will be the final day of MythosCon, which will be running Paradise A Dad Venture, which is a weird powered by the Apocalypse mod that Chris made up, and it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be
Should
fine.
be hysterical, yeah. And yeah, with that, we are the Mythos Mystery Society, brought to you by Schmuckies. Schmuckies, it's trees now. It's all
Good night.
trees now.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.